So that shiny new game just came out, CRYMACHINA. And you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. First off, let me preface this by saying I'm going to pronounce everyone's names wrong, probably, and other stuff, so don't hate me. So I played for almost 2 hours, and honestly, I'd say about 80% of that was story and dialogue. There is so much of it, and so little actual gameplay. The story is interesting, but dang, there's just so much of it. I tried some anime-style games before, so I gave this one a shot. Okay, you start off with a scene, and the main character, Leben, dies. Then you're reborn into some sort of cybernetic body, and an AI entity named Enoa is the reason that you're back. Leben seems to like Enoa, which is a little odd as she's literally an AI, but I suppose some people have their own likes. Then you can play, and the level design is very linear. I can't even fall off the ledge. There's invisible walls there. So at the end of the path, the AI says she can now upload your data to the imitation garden, whatever that means. But a cherub appears. These are bad guys. The combat default keybinds felt really weird to me. I ended up changing these later on, and it felt better. So you have several different attacks, and you can block and dodge as well. These cherubs kept spawning, and I kept killing them. The combat is visually appealing, nice, vibrant colors and all that. After fighting, a scene happens. Ecclesia, the second Deus Ex Machina, appears before you two. Then another person appears, and this one is on your side. Her name is Makoto. You actually play as her and then fight Ecclesia. The fight is interrupted by 2 whales flying in the air. It's the 6th Deus Ex Machina, Logos, and the 7th Deus Ex Machina, Zoe. Then Ecclesia goes to fight those 2. After that, all 3 of you talk and then fade away to the imitation garden. After that is a very over-the-top intro. The visuals and music go pretty hard here. I'll play a small snippet. Very well done intro. After that, you're into the imitation garden. This scene here around the table seems to be the default imitation garden area. You'll be seeing this scene a lot as they talk here. The 4th and last member of the group is Amy, the one in a wheelchair. Amy and Makoto were both 18 and in 2nd year of high school, and Leben was 1st year, aged 17. There's more talking, but I'm going to be skipping over lots of small stuff. After a bit of talking, it's told to Leben what happened to humanity. 6 months after she died in the hospital, which was 2,000 years ago, humanity went extinct from war. There was also a disease at the time named centrifugal syndrome, which killed 20% of Earth's population. That also killed Leben. At the end, humans launched a ship in hopes to preserve their species, and the ship's name is Eden. Eden, the ship that they're currently in, came with 8 different Deus Machina, aka self-evolving AIs. Enoa, the AI, is also a Deus Ex Machina, the 8th. Her duty was psych reconstruction. The imitation garden they're in is like a base, they're safe there, and it's also a virtual world, which is why they look how they used to look. Makoto, Amy, and Leben were all born as personality data, otherwise known as Eve. All 3 of them are souls of long-dead humans brought back to life by programming. Enoa explains she finally achieved her goal of reconstructing the human psyche, and that caused half of the factions to attack, and they were decimated. The first Deus Ex Machina went missing, which is what caused all of the others to go crazy and not follow the rules. The AIs that attacked were unwilling to view the 3 of them as humans, so that's why they attacked. They're now safe in the virtual world, but they need a real human recognized by the spaceship's systems in order to control all of the robots and AIs. Your level of humanity is EXP, which can be obtained by defeating cherubs and other Deus Machina. Once the EXP gets high enough, the system will recognize one of them as a real human. Leben was chosen for this because 10 years ago, the first AI, who was thought lost, sent a message to Enoa that Leben was the chosen one. So Enoa searched a long time for Leben's data, and then here we are now. After all of that talking, there's the imitation garden menus. Under the Enoa tab, Data Transport Terminal is where you begin the next mission. Code Analysis is extra equipment that you can use for battles. Eve Tuning is where you can upgrade your characters, plural, both Leben and Makoto. Combat Support Programs is upgrading Enoa's ability to help you during combat. Under the Materials tab, characters just show information, Archive is more general information, Music Player you can play music found in the game, and Personality Data Memoirs, I don't know what that is, as I didn't have any of that. Under the Combat Analysis tab, you just have achievements and character stats. The Communication tab is the big one though. Here is Tea Party and change costumes. I had no costumes though. Tea Party though is where you'll be coming pretty often. This is where you progress the story, and you also have optional dialogue here as well. A few things are pretty obvious after listening to lots of dialogue. Leben likes Enoa, the AI, guy. Amy, the one in the wheelchair, likes Makoto, and Inoa says good girl to everyone, which is odd. She also says you get a gold star to people as praise, which is also odd. Anyway, the overall mission is to accomplish one goal, to become more human. The level designs suck pretty bad, honestly. It's all the same shades of color, really, grays and blacks, and there's not much going on with the environment. Fighting the bigger enemies is really easy, but it takes a while because they have so much health. I also played as Makoto again, but it's much of the same when it comes to missions and battles. After this battle I'm showing on screen, I played for a little bit longer, but all I did was have more dialogue. The game's story is pretty interesting. The gameplay, however, is very infrequent. This is more of a talking simulator with battles every now and then, but even less than that, really. At least this was the case for the 2 hours that I played. The missions and level designs are just so simple and plain as well. The combat is easy, and the hardest part about combat is the enemy's amount of health. If you like the anime art style and a boatload of story and dialogue, this game is for you. If you're not into that, then this probably isn't for you. This game isn't really for me. The fact that it's in another language is not an issue. I just prefer more gameplay over non-stop dialogue. The one thing I'll give this game though is that the story itself is interesting. Humans extinct, robot cyborg things trying to become human again, fascinating stuff. Also, that intro was pretty good. That's my personal opinion though. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.